Wow, we're back. One of the dirty, angry money pouring into the Republican Congressman Joe Walsh's race against Democratic challenger Tammy Duckworth is soaring in the campaign's final week. Walsh famously accused President Obama of lying about the effects of not raising the debt ceiling back in 2011. Let's watch that.
President Obama, quit lying. You know darn well that if August 2nd comes and goes, there's plenty of money to pay off our debt and cover all of our Social Security obligations. Have you no shame, sir? In 3 short years, you've bankrupted this country and destroyed job creation. You're either in over your head, you don't understand what makes this country great, or you're hell-bent in turning us into some European big government wasteland.
Well, whatever you think of that, a Chicago Tribune WGN poll conducted last week shows Walsh's challenger, Tammy Duckworth, leading that person by 10 points now. And a PPP poll the same week showed a 14-point lead for Duckworth, his challenger. And yet the conservative super PAC Freedom's Work is pouring another $1.7 million into the race. And the pro-Tea Party Now or Never super PAC is spending another $1 million. With me now is the Democratic candidate for the Illinois' 8th District, Tammy Duckworth. Colonel Duckworth, thank you for joining us. It's an honor to have you on, and thank you for your service to our country. And my question is this: why are they pounding your race with all this dirty, angry money?
Well, Chris, I think it's because they know they can buy him. They have a history of him voting exactly the way they want. We wondered why he was the only member of the entire bipartisan Illinois delegation to vote against a transportation bill, a bill that brings thousands of jobs into the district and about $300 million specifically to our district, until we realized that Now or Never is funded by a group that is anti the transportation bill. So that's why they're coming in. They want to buy this election. Are
they working with your opponent?
Well, you know, it's one of these things where you know how super PACs are, Chris.
It's supposed to be illegal. I just wonder if you think it's going on. I know you're not supposed to do it, but all this money coming in, isn't it being coordinated with what seemed to be? You tell me. Is it part of a campaign by the incumbent?
Well, boy, it sure seems that way. Look at what Mr. Walsh has on his bio on his webpage. He says he founded Americans for Limited Government, who wrote 2 checks, each for $1 million to Now or Never, and that's who's funding these negative ads against me. So you just have to connect the dots. You know, on our side, we're funded by, you know, an average contribution of $50. So it's $20, $30, $50 fighting against these big $1 million checks.
Let's talk. We talk a lot about women's issues on this show because at least half our viewers are women. So let's look at a tape of Joe Walsh, your opponent, the incumbent. Among the strange things he said, let's hear what he said back in October 19th, actually, about abortion.
This is an issue that opponents of life throw out there to make us look unreasonable. There's no such exception as life of the mother. And as far as health of the mother, same thing. With advances in science and technology, health of the mother has become a tool for abortions for any time under any reason.
So there's a pretty strong argument that there's no one's ever died in childbirth. I mean, I don't know what the science is exactly. What do you make of it? When these claims now that there shouldn't be an exception for life or health of the mother, which we know most people honor those exceptions.
Right, Chris. They're simply not true. I think he's been going to the Todd Aiken School of Biology, to be honest. In fact, 1 in 40 pregnancies are ectopic pregnancies, where the fertilized egg implants in the fallopian tubes. Women have preeclampsia, high blood pressure that may result in the loss of the fetus if you don't, you know, to save the life of the mother. Women who have cancer need chemotherapy. There's a number of reasons. But the point is, this is not where this district is. This is a moderate district of hardworking people, and they believe that women, you know, should be trusted to make decisions about their own bodies, and Congressman Walsh simply doesn't.
Tammy Duckworth, thank you so much for coming on Hardball. Good luck next week. When we return.